Hey crafty friends, we're back with the Aubrey Bloom stencil today. So I'm just going to stick some card down onto my glass mat so that it doesn't move anywhere. And we're going to line up the stencil in the top left corner so that it always lines up with all the other ones. We're going to use the Distress Oxide inks. The first one is Shaded Lilac. I do really love Distress Oxides. I like the creamy, smooth consistency of them. I think they are very, very good for inking panels, better than stamping sentiments. I am using the same colour for all the flowers today. So we're going to then just split it and make 2 cards with it. So it's nothing special. It's literally just putting some ink down and bringing it to life, really. So this is the last of the flowers. So again, with the Shaded Lilac ink, and you've got to look there. It's just, it comes down so easily, and it's such a nice colour. It's like a pastel-y kind of purple. So, and as you can see, we've lined them all up in the top corner, so they're all exactly where they need to be. Now we're going to go in with our stems, and we're going to use the Bundled Sage Distress Oxide for the stems. I really love green. And this particular green from Distress Oxide is one of my favourites. So we're gonna put that down for the stems. All the same, we're not going to worry about shading or anything like that. Just put all the green down in the same spots, just keeping it nice and simple. And you'll see that it turns out so pretty. And it's just a matter of a few stencils and a bit of ink, and you can make 2 beautiful cards with it. So our final stencil, once this one's finished, is the insides of our flowers. Again, we're going to line it up in the top left corner so that everything lines up exactly where it's supposed to be. And we're going to use the Scattered Straw Distress Oxide and just fill in our insides of our flowers. And look how quickly that's come together. It's just so pretty. It's on an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock, a US A2 cut in half. And I'm just going to cut 1/4 of an inch off of one short side and one long side, and then we're going to cut that in half to, I want to say 4 and something. I'm sorry, I can't remember. So now we've got 2 card panels, and I'm going to use the sentiment strips from Heartfelt Sentiments from Altenew. There's some really, really pretty sentiments on there. So I've just chose 2 of what I think I can use, and I'm going to heat emboss them. So I'm going to heat emboss them with white powder onto black card. And I always think that's quite a nice look. Do not forget your embossing powder. This is Simon Says Stamp one. I've forgotten it before and regretted it and had to redo it. So always try to remember. And then I'm going to stamp with the Versamark watermark ink. That's just a sticky ink. It helps our embossing powder to stick where you want it to, where the letters are. And it's always good to do it twice. So make sure your paper is in the corner and just stamp twice, and it'll stamp in the exact same place. Simon Says Stamp Fine Detail White Embossing Powder. I always think I don't use enough, so I do it a couple of times, but I've never had an issue. Happy Tappy's on the back. And then clear up your embossing powder before you get your heat gun out. Ask me how I know that. And then the clipboard tip I got from a Gina K demonstrator, and it's such a brilliant idea because you don't have to hold your paper or hold it by the edge or hold a little peg or tweezers. You don't burn your fingers. It's so much easier. I don't know why I'd never thought of anything like this before or ever seen anything like it before. But it is such a good tip. Now, my paper is a little bit warped, but we are going to cut it down, so I'm not overly worried about it. But while that's drying, because I don't want to smudge it, I'm going to get my card panels prepped and ready to go. So I'm going to use the Crafter's Companion tape runner. I found it to be really good. I've used it a lot recently. It sticks very, very well, and once it is down, and you're not getting it back up. So it is very, very good tape runner. I'm actually going to have to get another refill soon, because I don't want to run out. So our 2 card panels are done, so we can work on our sentiments. Just going to give it a little baby wipe over the top, so get some of that last powder off. And then I chose to use my trimmer to cut it down. I really don't like doing this. I never feel like I can get it right. But here I am, being a big girl and giving it a go. It looks okay there, to be fair. And then I'm going to trim the edges down on both sides, and then just repeat that with the other piece. The trick is just to line up a piece with a piece of the plastic, line up a piece of your sentiment with the plastic, and it should be straight and square. Ideally, that is how it would work, and I do think they did turn out square. But even so, when I was looking at them, I felt like they were a little bit off, so I brought out my Tim Holtz long scissors and started cutting them down, which you'll see in a second, because I felt like there was just a little bit too much black and I wanted to remove some of it. And then I think I went a bit wonky, but even then, that wouldn't have worried me. I would have still put that on my card. I'm not, perfectly imperfect. It's the way we go. So I did that on both of them, just trimmed them down a smidge. But I did feel like the contrast was too much. The black with the pastel-y colours on the card, I think it just felt like it clashed to me. And I couldn't get past that. So I did them again. I stamped them in the same colour shaded lilac as what we did the petals in. And then I just used a banner die. You can use any one to cut them out. And then there they are. And I think that gives a much better look to me. I am going to pop them up on some foam tape. I'm going to use the Pink Frog Crafts foam tape. It's a 2mm one. I've been using this a lot recently. I got it as a good deal. And it sticks really, really well. And you can even tear it to put it on. Tear it so you don't have to use scissors, which I think is a great bonus. And then that's it then. The sentiment on and the cards are done. I really hope you like them. Please let me know what you think. And if you've got any ideas on how I can, work on them or move on from there. I hope you love them, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.